Hi, my name's Scott Naismith and welcome to my studio. A short film just to introduce my upcoming solo exhibition. It's going to be at Fotheringham Gallery, and that's just near Stirling at Bridge of Allen. It just opens on the 13th of February, and it's pretty much a virtual exhibition due to obvious circumstances. So I was just going to tell you a little bit about the concepts of the show. The latest work really is a look at landscape from like a memory. I often talk about how I paint without photographs in front of me, but this year has been to the point that the specific places that I go to paint haven't been accessible, and what that's done is it's sort of brought to the foreground some of the more conceptual and abstract aspects to the work. So the title of the exhibition is Optimism, and you might think that well, that's fairly self-explanatory why it's titled as such. 2020 was quite a year for most people, bizarre occurrences, and we're still in the midst of the chaotic elements of a pandemic. But 2021 for a lot of people was the promise of something better. And it takes a bit of a leap of faith for to kind of believe that will be the case, especially when there doesn't seem an end in sight for this. But the coming of the vaccine hopefully will give us that hopeful look to the future. But I wanted to really talk about the relationship with optimism and creativity. A lot of my work looks at creativity as the fundamental aspect of any art form, and to symbolise that as the withdrawal or the manifestation of order from chaos, and the paintings themselves begin with chaos and order themselves. And I'm sitting next to one which is half finished to let you see that middle stage where things are still chaotic but coming into order, coming into focus. But the conceptual element of that optimism comes in when optimism has two connotations, one positive, one negative. So you have that blind optimism, that naive optimism, and you also have what I would describe as courageous optimism. So an optimism that isn't naive has a courageous element to it. You leave yourself open to vulnerability when taking an optimistic approach. So in the painting process, that comes about through experience, through taking risks that are calculated, basically. And I don't like that term, happy accidents. Happy accidents don't happen. You make your own accidents, and you trust with optimism that something will go right to the chaotic elements of the painting. So it's more than just accidental or coincidental. So with that said, any chaos that you would end up in, as we seem to be at the moment, requires an optimistic approach to draw order from that, and also a creative approach. So the drawing order from chaos being the symbol for creativity. So you could see that as chaos, draw an order, and in the process of doing that requires an optimism. So to try anything new, to try this, the whole process of experimentation is one of faith that something will go right, and also the opening yourself to the vulnerability that something will go wrong, but having the optimism that won't matter. You go from one wrong idea to the next until the ideas become resolved. And that's exactly how the paintings come about. They come about from a chaotic state of pure energy, and then with the gradual refining of that energy, we get to the final piece, which is that balance of the initial energetic chaos to that refined order, and the balance of the two. Once the two are balanced, that's when the painting is finished. So I hope you enjoy having a look over some of the new work online. Everything's available for sale a few days before the 13th, so keep an eye out for all these social media updates about when things are going live. There will be an email update for that. And yeah, 15 new paintings, fotheringhamgallery.co.uk. I'm sorry I can't be there, but I'm even more sorry that you can't be there. But enjoy it online, and we'll see what creative things can be done via video, interactive things that we can do to keep it feeling like a more normal exhibition. Thanks for tuning in.